Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video. I've been slacking a little bit, but today I'm going to be talking about goals in your fitness journey. And I'm doing this because the first video I made was about your somatotype and kind of how your genetics play a role in how successful you'll be in certain sports or lifting aspects such as Olympic weightlifting, bodybuilding, or powerlifting. And I've made a decision to kind of narrow my focus down to just lifting in the gym and maybe cut into MMA a little bit for working out purposes because those are kind of my expertise. And I can give a few tips on other athletic activities because I've played a lot of sports, but just for the sake of me being able to give you the best information possible, I'm going to cut down my videos instead of focusing on all sports, just the lifting aspects, and maybe cut into MMA a little bit. But back to what I was saying, I made a video on somatotypes and how your genetics play a role in how successful you'll be in certain aspects of your lifting. If you're a mesomorph, you're probably best suited to be a bodybuilder. If you're an ectomorph, you're best suited to be a marathon runner. And if you're a endomorph, you're best suited to be a powerlifter or strongman. But I want to talk about your goals because a lot of people in the fitness or people that are involved in fitness or getting involved in fitness have goals, and I think you should, but people have unrealistic goals or sometimes their goals aren't what they should be. So realistic goals for, let's say, bodybuilding. I hear a lot of people say they want to put on up to 15 pounds of muscle on their first year, which is, it's possible. That's completely possible. It is unlikely, I would say. You'd have to have pretty good genetics, very committed, very dedicated. You have to start your training dead point exactly how you're supposed to do, which is kind of what my channel is based for. Watch my videos and you learn about how to get in the gym for your first day, and you already know how to do everything pretty solidly. But even if you watch every single video on the planet and you know everything, you'll still go to the gym and you won't be able to just dead hit it right on the nail and just know everything and do everything correctly because you're going to make mistakes. But I want to try and limit those mistakes. And goals is a big one because people will work out for their first year and say they want to be a bodybuilder, want to put the 15 pounds on, and they don't put that amount of mass on because maybe their diet is wrong or their split is wrong or they're training too hard. Sometimes they're training not hard enough, whatever. And then they get discouraged because they didn't hit that mark that they set for themselves. And it is pretty depressing not to hit something that you wanted to do. Like this is a good example. I did want to hit 15 pounds. I hit 11 pounds, I believe. I went from the beginning of sophomore year, I was 127, and now not anymore because I'm doing a cut since this whole coronavirus thing is happening, but on my normal days I hit like 142, and it's not 11 pounds. But when I'm not doing the whole bulk thing. I'm hit like 138 is like my fluctuation. I jump 138, 139-ish, and it was discouraging not to get those 15 pounds because for me it wasn't really about bodybuilding and hypertrophy and all that good stuff. It was just more about mass. So not seeing the scale go up like I wanted it to was just really discouraging, and I knew I was doing something wrong, and it felt bad to know that I put a year into the gym and I didn't get where I wanted to go. But I fixed everything I had to, and for the last 4 months I've been going to the gym super hard, training super hard. My diet is pretty on point ever since this stupid layoff things happened, and I've made exceptional progress, and I've had a little bit of setbacks. I had 2 injuries, ripped my abdomen doing some squats, and I tore my rotator cuff doing a bench one time, and that was like 6 months ago, maybe 7 now, I don't know. And it took a while to heal because I'm an idiot and I didn't fix it properly. But anyways, back to the goals. You have to set realistic goals, but you also want to make it challenging. Don't say, "Oh, I want to put on like 5 pounds in a year." That's underwhelming unless you have genetics that kind of limit you. If you're an endomorph, that's pretty a realistic amount. And it also depends on if you want to put on 5 pounds of muscle or just 5 pounds. 5 pounds is a lot different than 5 pounds of muscle. You can put on 5 pounds very quickly if you really wanted to. And people want to, for things like powerlifting, maybe they want to get their deadlift to 400 pounds in the first year, which is completely feasible, but probably unlikely unless you're genetically gifted, because my deadlift, my leg movements are my best pushes, my best lifts, I mean. My deadlift is like 340, and I've only been training it for a while, but it's like 20% above what my average should be or something. If you go to my Insta, I have like all the stats and all whatnot on my lifts and whatnot. But yeah, just set realistic goals for yourself. Say, don't, for the first time you're going to start running a mile, if you're a marathon runner, don't say you're going to hit a 4-minute mile within a week or something, you know? You got to just make little goals for yourself and hit them, and you'll feel kind of a rush because you've hit something that you want. You succeeded in what you wanted to do, and you'll get more involved and more motivated to keep going and going, and you'll be more successful in the long run. So I think establishing good middle ground goals, but are still challenging to a degree, that you have to kind of push yourself to go at them and get them, is very important in all aspects of life, but lifting for sure. Absolutely. And that's really all I got. You know the drill. Subscribe, like, watch my other videos. Go look at the Insta. I don't really post on there much. I try to do the YouTube thing more, but whatever. See you in the next video.